So we're talking on the subject of Make Life Pay, and this is my final talk on that series. I suppose many of you would have thought that it was going to be about money or this kind of thing, but really at the end of the day, guys, life's about health. Just on my exercise walk this morning, I had a guy from school come up beside me. I won't say his name just for privacy reasons. And he brought up the fact that one of our friends, very wealthy friends from school, passed away. Someone who I was acquainted with and looked up to. And just by a freak of life, he passed away. He's gone. He's gone now. Very successful, multi-millionaire, brilliant businessman. He'd always call you, "How you going, champion?" He was one of these just charismatic, successful guys. Something that we all want to be, in our own way. But most of us will never have the privilege of experiencing. And I said to Brendan, his name was, I said, "Brendan, I guess what we've got to learn from this is what we're going to make out of our own lives now. And this is why I do these talks, because how do you make life pay? You might be in that stage of your life where it's party on and you think you're going to make it through, but you don't. You come out damaged, you come out scathed, you come out ripped off, you come out broken-hearted, and you wonder why these things happen. If you said to me, "Well, what did you do on your 18th birthday and what did you do on your 21st birthday?" I had dinner at my grandma's place with the family. That was all I wanted to do, and the girlfriend. I just had a baked dinner at my grandma's. I sat with my grandma and the family. I learnt young, very, very young, through the bikie culture, through the surfy culture, through the drug culture, watching these people and dabbling with it a little bit, that it doesn't work, that people get hurt. And as I've gotten older, now I'm nearly 60, 57, may as well say I'm pushing on 60, and I'm a little bit scared of that. Life is getting away a bit, and relationships aren't working. You meet people and you got to deal with whatever they haven't dealt with in their lives, and oh gosh, it's just, is it worth it? Well, not at the moment for me. Fuck it, I'm just having a break from it. Bit tired of it, investing into people's lives, and then shit out of their fucking lives pops up and gets you, and then they'll say it's yours and it's not, and so you leave that. But my point is, before you get to this stage in life, you want to set yourself up in a way in which you realise that the only way you can make life pay is to look after your mind and look after your health. So if you're struggling with alcohol, how do you make it pay? You stop doing it. You back off. You diminish it. Micro steps, micro resistance, but you might like it. Well, that's your business, and that's totally up to you. But I'm trying to speak to people that really have come to a point in their lives where they're going, "I want to change this shit. This just doesn't seem right to me. This just doesn't seem like the way I should be living. Something's missing." And I tell you guys, as you get older, you really do wish that you stayed uninterfered with. You don't want to alter your mind. You don't want to alter your body. You don't want to alter the chemistry of the way in which God's made you, the charisma that he gave you. In the ancient records of the Bible, there was a man by the name of David. He was a shepherd boy, and he later became the king of Israel. Well, he was a marksman. He used to play with his slingshot while he was herding the sheep, and he became a marksman one way or another, like many of us that played cricket in the backyard or footy in the backyard, and we got really good at it. Like we used to play cricket all the time, and then we were pretty well much left on our own as little kids down at South Strathfield. We lived above the shops opposite the primary school. and Mum would be at work to leave early and get home at all hours of the night, and so would the stepfather. And the Western Suburbs Cricket Club come to ask if I wanted to play for them. I didn't even know how they knew who I was, but I didn't go and play for them because the way in which I was raised was just too isolated. And so, you know, opportunities like that come up, but I didn't make them pay because I wasn't culturalized to understand that, you know, I could go and do something like that and it might succeed. So there's ways in which you can develop yourself. A lot of these things that you do while you're younger are things that you can fall back on later in life to help you get back to where you are comfortable with yourself in life, like swimming. There's a picture of my sister and I and my stepfather at Gosford Pool at the age of 7. Well, I'm 57 and I did laps at the pool this morning. I fell back on that knowing that that was going to be something that I feel comfortable with and is going to help me for the rest of my life. And this is why we do these videos. We want you to see that if you are genuine about helping yourself, you really and truly can. If you've come to that place, guys, I don't know who I'm speaking to. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to listen to this. If you come to that place where you've hit the wall, where you've had enough, where your relationships aren't working for one reason or another, and let me just talk about relationships for a minute. Doesn't matter how much you know about relationships, how good you are at relationships, you will always be at the mercy of the weakest part of the person that you're with. And I'll tell you why. Because if the shit hits the fan and that person's unable to resolve the issue that's in front of them, that's as far as you're going to get. You're only going to get as far as the capability of yourself and the other person to resolve. And you can bend things to suit that other person, or you can try and get the other person to bend things to suit you. But that's where exhaustion comes in and people can't be bothered and the arse falls out of everything and you're wondering why. Because by nature we want to stay in if we can, but we just aren't in so many different ways. We just don't have the combinations that we need between each other to make things last. So it doesn't matter who you're with, how good they are, how bad they are, and vice versa. No matter what the relationship is, you will only get as far as the capability of the both of you, not just the one of you, the both of you, to be able to resolve. And that's not to leave things unresolved, because as I always say, you have to deal with the issue before the issue deals with you, and it will. It really will. There's no doubt about it, it will. My last 3 relationships, right? I never argued with these people. I never got angry with these people. And they would tell me that they loved me and all this and everything was fine. But there'd always be one underlying issue. And you'd say to them, look, please, deal with this issue before the issue deals with you. No. And, you know, it's no good listening to somebody or saying to somebody that you love them if you're not prepared to deal with the things that are in the way, because you're kidding yourself. That's just showing that there are problems that are more important than this relationship or the relationship. And so that's why a lot of these relationships fall apart. Your girlfriend might say to you, stop fucking drinking. I'm tired of you being drunk. I don't want you fucking me while you're drunk. I'm not going to let you near me while you're drunk. And you continue to drink and wonder why she's had enough, and the next minute she's found peace with somebody else. You've got to take action before it gets to that point. You've just got to do it. Otherwise, again, you've wasted your time, you've wasted their time, and the alcohol wins out. The alcohol got payday. You know, people get shitty at me because I pull down alcohol. Well, I think it's time we woke up a bit as men and have gone, it's really not an asset to anything. It's really not contributing to anything. All it's doing is fucking altering my mind and the way I behave. It's not, something that really is worth pursuing. And drugs or anything like that, you got a lot of people now that use drugs as a form of medication, but it's really only an excuse for a lot of them to be able to take it. And so we're up against a lot, guys. And to make life pay, you need to come back to yourself. Okay? And that's not going to be easy, because that means you're going to have to leave some things behind. And that could be people that you love and things that you love, to find your way. Sometimes we're in environments where it's just not healthy for us to be in. We're just kidding ourselves, and we keep putting ourselves back there only to end up fucking, sad and miserable ourselves. You see, people don't want to fail on their own. Remember that. People don't want to fail on their own. If somebody's got an addiction, they don't want to have that addiction on their own. They're going to hand you a bit. They're going to pass you a bit. Do you want a drink? Do you want a toke? Do you want... No. I want to go for a walk. I want to go for a ride. I want to go for a fucking run. I got a soccer game. I need my wits. I got my girlfriend coming over. I need my wits about me. So that's how you make life pay, guys. You come back to yourself, and you can do it in micro, incremental decisions and changes of life. Might be dietary. You've just become so fucking lazy with your diet. You can turn your life around in 6 weeks if you change what you eat and drink. In 6 weeks, you can transform into a completely different person if you really want to. Again, it all comes back to how you want to value the time that you've got left on this planet. Okay? Sometimes we get angry at things and it's justified. Sometimes we get angry at things and it's not. And we've got to find the place where our reactions are manifesting and ask ourselves, was that legit? Wasn't it legit? And if it's not legit, why? And if it was legit, then what caused it, and can it be solved? These are the simple ancient arts of navigating life. And really, guys, I'm just going to say it. If you're somebody that's not prepared to resolve things, then get what you deserve. If you're with somebody that is just not willing to resolve things, give them what they deserve. They're really not allowing you to... They're not working in harmony with you. They're just suiting themselves and everybody else. So you're not as valuable as they're making out. See, these are the arts of undoing what these modern day values are causing us to suffer. And that's how you make life pay. Don't let these new wicked values of life and the old ones that still seem to be dragging along take life away from you. Reclaim your life. Reclaim yourself. And that could be lonely, but you'll find that as you develop yourself and make yourself new, people will notice that. And then somebody will see you and go, that person's on the right track there, and I'd be safe with that person. And away you go again. If people really don't want to work in with you, bite the bullet, guys, and go, fuck it. I'll be on my own. I'll recover myself. I will start to rebuild myself and start again. And honestly, guys, there's always a new direction, a new destination for those that really want to put the work in to experience that. That's how you make life pay. You come back to yourself. You resolve yourself. Because nobody else is going to be able to do it for you. I've spent thousands of hours with all different girlfriends and women and Christ knows what. And you can have the brightest sunny days, but I guarantee that if there's underlying issues and they don't want to fix them and you've brought them to light, it's only going to end up in darkness. And you'll probably get the blame and all the rest of it. You've got to have the courage and the masculine frame today to be able to say, look, I'll give this a go. I've been fair. I've worked in with everybody. But if you're just being taken for granted, or, you know, the other person's tried, but they've only got so far in it and you're still miserable, come back to yourself. You have to. Otherwise, when the lights go out on that fateful day, and we're all heading for that fateful day, you may possibly look back with regret. And fuck that. Nobody wants to look back with regret. If people lose good things, let them lose good things. Don't feel sorry for them. If you're losing good things, nobody's feeling sorry for you. It's up to each one of us to take the responsibility ourselves to be what we need to be in the world in which we live, around the people that we care about, so that in some way we can at least have the value that we need for them to be around. This is Pro Bricky on the Pro Bricky exclusive YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me for this series. This is the last talk in the Make Life Pay, or Make It Pay series. Subscribe, ring the bell, share and like if it's down your alley, and bye for now.